Picture this. It's a Monday morning at Chedi International Airport in Guyana. Travelers are moving through customs, immigration officers are stamping passports, and police officers are standing guard. But this time, there's something different. A small device, no bigger than a pack of mints, is clipped neatly to the chest of every officer stationed at the port of entry. A device that can see, hear, and remember, a body camera. Before we dive deeper into the story, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment letting us know what you think about body cameras. Do they protect us, or just make us feel safer?
As it is now, the law provides for the suspension of license. And I've asked the traffic chief, commissioner of police, and the leadership of the Guyana Police Force to take immediate steps to have this law implemented fully.
As of September 29, 2025, the government of Guyana has rolled out a new directive requiring all law enforcement officers working at ports of entry, airports, border points, and checkpoints to wear body-worn cameras. This isn't just a shiny tech upgrade. It's a direct response to corruption scandals that threatened to erode public trust. And it may just reshape how Guyanese citizens and the world view law enforcement in the country. The decision didn't fall from the sky. It was triggered by a very real, very troubling allegation of extortion at CJIA. A woman claimed that police officers demanded money from her in exchange for the release of her lawful items. CCTV footage and other evidence backed up her story. One officer was arrested, and the Office of Professional Responsibility, OPR, launched a full investigation. The government swiftly condemned the act, stressing that corruption will not be tolerated. In their words, if any officer is found guilty of extortion or bribery, she will face the full force of the law. But here's the thing about corruption. Once the public sees it, even a single case can poison trust across the system. And so the government moved quickly, introducing body cameras as both a safeguard and a symbol. Finally, a gadget bigger than the bribe some officers were allegedly asking for. At their core, body cameras are about two things: accountability and transparency. When a camera is rolling, the dynamics change. Officers are more cautious about how they behave, and citizens, too, often adjust their tone when they know they're being recorded. It creates what experts call a civilizing effect. Think of it like having a referee on the field. Everyone suddenly remembers the rules.
About 500, they're being activated and used. The reasons are more or less obvious. We've had situations where there's a questioning of the interaction between the police persons and the public. There have been questions of professional behavior or conduct. There have been a number of, and these have reduced dramatically over the last year, assaults of policemen and women.
For Guyana, this isn't just about catching bad cops. It's about building public confidence. As one police statement put it, body cams demonstrate the government's commitment to transparency and accountability. But here's where it gets interesting. Do they actually work? Let's look at the numbers. A major study in the US by the Washington, D.C. Police Department found that body cams didn't drastically reduce police use of force, but they did make misconduct investigations faster and more credible. In Rialto, California, complaints against officers dropped by nearly 90% after body cameras were introduced. Use of force incidents also fell by over 50%. In the UK, body cam use in law enforcement led to higher conviction rates in domestic abuse cases, because victims felt safer knowing interactions were recorded. So the results are mixed, but the trend is clear: body cams rarely hurt and often help. The costs. They aren't cheap. Each camera can range from $500 to $1,200, plus cloud storage fees, maintenance, and training. In the US, large departments spend millions annually just to keep the system running. But compared to the cost of lawsuits over misconduct, corruption, or wrongful imprisonment, it's a bargain. It's amazing how much a tiny camera can cost, almost as much as the bribes it's meant to prevent. For Guyana, a developing country managing oil wealth and global scrutiny, the investment is both financial and symbolic. It says, "We're serious about cleaning house." On the ground, ordinary Guyanese citizens have reacted with a mix of relief and cautious optimism. One traveler at CJIA was overheard saying, "At least now when they ask me for a little something, I can just point to the camera and say, talk to your supervisor. Community leaders applauded the move, noting that intimidation by uniformed officers has long been a sore point. Social media buzzed with memes, "Smile, you're on candid camera, Guyana edition." But not everyone is convinced. Some citizens wonder, what's the point of body cams if the footage gets locked away in government servers, never to be seen? Transparency only works if the recordings are accessible, audited, and acted upon. Otherwise, the cameras risk becoming high-tech ornaments. We've got cameras on cops, cameras on street corners. At this point, even my dog probably has a GoPro watching me eat doubles. Here's a sobering truth. Body cams are a step forward, but they're not magic. Technology can malfunction. Cameras can accidentally be turned off. And institutions, if left unchecked, can bury evidence. That's why experts often remind citizens, don't just rely on police to record the truth, record yourself, too. It's already happening worldwide. From George Floyd's murder in the US to police harassment videos in Nigeria's #EndSARS protests, citizen recordings have often been the difference between silence and justice. Of course, this creates a paradox. The more institutions record us, the more we feel the need to record them. Everyone's a cameraman now, which is both empowering and exhausting. Do we really want a world where we can't order doubles or pepper pot without someone live streaming it? Pretty soon, I'll need to carry a tripod in my bag just to prove I'm not breaking the law while eating my lunch. Guyana's body cam initiative isn't happening in a vacuum. Around the world, governments are facing pressure to modernize policing. And in Guyana, where oil wealth is transforming the economy and international investors are watching closely, the stakes are high. A scandal at the airport isn't just about one woman and one corrupt officer. It's about national reputation. It's about whether travelers feel safe, whether businesses trust contracts, and whether citizens believe in their own institutions. One study by the World Bank found that countries with higher trust in law enforcement also enjoy higher foreign investment rates. Transparency literally pays. So when Guyana clips those tiny cameras onto its officers, it's not just about crime. It's about credibility. Here's the funny part. Body cameras were meant to make officers watch citizens more carefully. But in reality, they make citizens watch officers. It flips the script. In a way, the police are the ones under surveillance now, and many citizens love the irony. After all, if ordinary people can't dodge traffic cameras or CCTV in shops, why should officers dodge accountability? As one commentator quipped, if the body cam battery dies, so should your paycheck. The rollout at Guyana's ports of entry is only the first step. The real test will be consistency. Will body cams be expanded to street patrols, traffic stops, and high-crime areas? Will footage be independently audited, not just stored by the same force it's meant to monitor? Will citizens be able to request footage of their own interactions, like in the US Freedom of Information model? And perhaps most importantly, will body cameras become part of a broader cultural shift within the Guyana police force? One where integrity isn't just enforced, but embraced? Because at the end of the day, cameras don't create trust. People do. Guyana's decision to require body cams at ports of entry is a bold, necessary step. It shows that the government is listening, that it's willing to invest in accountability, and that corruption won't be swept under the rug. But let's be clear, cameras alone won't save the day. They are tools, not solutions. The real work is cultural, building an institution where officers don't just fear getting caught, but genuinely believe in serving with integrity. Until then, remember this. Whether it's a cop at the airport or a stranger on the street, if you feel unsafe, don't hesitate to pull out your own camera. Because in today's world, justice might not be blind, but it sure better be recorded. And hey, if you want more content breaking down the latest news, policies, and social issues in Guyana and the Caribbean, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Your voice matters, and you never know who's watching, literally. Thanks for watching.